Hello YouTube, this is Necrostevo and you're watching my 51st narrated Wi-Fi battle. I know I haven't posted in a few days. My studies got a little bit behind and I had to take a few days off from playing Pokemon to catch up in studies because apparently studies are more important than Pokemon. So now that that is out of the way, I have a match for you today against Justin. I'm using a mono bug team. This isn't the entire team that I actually wanted to put together, but I basically grabbed all the bugs that I had trained, and I used them. So once I actually get the full team put together, I will do that. He leads off with a Paladin, I lead off with Crustle, and I figure we're just going to put up both of our Stealth Rocks. Him getting his up is much worse for my team than me getting mine up for his team, because I've faced two or three different teams with this mono bug team, and if the opponent has something that can set up Stealth Rocks and then just phase me out, that's my number one weakness. As you can see here, that's basically what he starts to go for, and I'm kind of hoping eventually he'll phase me out into a special attacker like Volcarona. I get a crit Iron Head there. Even that doesn't even really matter because he can literally just keep phasing me out, and I keep going into my physical attackers, and most of the bugs that I have trained are physical attackers. So I kind of put myself at a pretty big disadvantage right off the start here. Here I know that Mega Horn is going to do more damage than close combat, and he just stays in and slacks off, which is unfortunate. I would have loved another crit there, uh, just to kill off this stupid Hippowdon, but alas, that is not the case. But still, it was kind of fun using a mono bug team. There's a lot of really good bugs, but as a team, um, their weakness is Stealth Rock, and then there's the numerous weaknesses that they have in various types, make them a little bit hard to play around. So it was a nice little test to play it against a more standard OU team. So here he realizes that just staying in and phasing me in and out is really boring, and he switches out. And I just stayed in and went for Iron Head. This Durant actually is holding Wide Lens to to try to erase the chance that I'm going to hit with something. It typically does not end up mattering because I still miss. And here I miss my Stone Edge, which was a huge risk to try to stay in and do that, and he hits his Fire Blast. So I think after the Hustle Boost, then the Wide Lens, I have less accuracy than his Fire Blast. And of course his own Sandstorm doesn't kill him, so that means he's just able to swap out. But there I come in and I just go for Mega Horn in case he wanted to switch out. I didn't want to send in anything else. I really needed to kill Chandelure, and I couldn't really afford to play around with that thing because everything on my team except for Crustle and Volcarona I think are weak to fire. Um, Here he goes out into So Pringles, which I love that nickname. Most people just call him Pringles or Mustache. That is So Pringles. You can't even mess with that right there. And I'm expecting the Will-O-Wisp, but I didn't really want to stay in on that with Mega Horn, so I went on to something that was more useful. I could have gone on to Volcarona, but I really didn't want to take half of my HP as damage and then have to deal with stab boosted Scalds. Um, so that kind of was that right there. And I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do here. I got a special defense boost from the Sandstorm that is going on right now. Of course, Crustle is Park Rock type. And I figured, I'll just set up another layer of spikes. He probably doesn't have a spinner. The guy I'm playing here is the same as one of my previous videos. He's actually just now getting into 5th gen, even though he used to play 4th gen a lot. But I'm happy he's getting into it. Gives me another person to fight, and he's pretty good. Um, he just knocks me out with a Scald, which is fine. I stayed in and I went for another layer of spikes in case he decided to try to recover and just let me die from my own burn. But now that now that I get a free switch into something, I'm able to come in and hopefully threaten it out. So I go back out into Heracross. I do have Night Slash on it, even though I did follow your guys' suggestion and put Stone Edge on this Heracross. That has worked out pretty well, having Stone Edge on it over the flying type attack. He just stays in and goes for Scald. I was really hoping he'd go for Will-O-Wisp because I swapped out last time from it, which would maybe make him think maybe I have Swarm. I don't know. But he just goes straight for it. I'm really hoping for the critical hit off of the Night Slash. Fortunately, I don't need it. So that was really a min-max damage right there. If you look at the damage that first one did, the second one did substantially more. So here he goes out into Sizzle. I don't want him boosting up, and I'd rather stay in and hit him rather than come back and get taken out from the Stealth Rocks. I do have Fortress who can Rapid Spin, but it's just safer to stay in there. I do go into my Fortress now. I figured that he would expect the Rapid Spin and start setting up with Swords Dance, which is fine because I have Reflect. This is a dual screening Fortress. which has worked out pretty well because most people kind of expect more gyro ball or even earthquake or something like that. But dual screens work out very well because normally he's able to come in, rapid spin, and set up a screen, which will help out my team. He goes for superpower, which is interesting because you get that overwhelming power on that first hit, but then your attack and your defense start falling. And even with that power, he's not able to take out a fortress with +2 superpower. So I'm able to put up the reflect. I was really wondering if a +1 bullet punch would kill me with the reflect up, but he gets a crit, so I guess we will never find out. I don't actually know. I should throw a damage calculation for that down there in the comments. Anyways, though, now that I rapid spun those entry hazards away, it is time to try to pull off a sweep here. And I really wasn't thinking during the sweep, otherwise I would have gone for more than one quiver dance. He goes for another superpower, which he may have done more damage over 2 turns if he had just gone for 2 bullet punches instead. But now his attack is basically back down to normal, and he has -2 defense. Um, Between him hitting me and the sandstorm, I was really worried based on the luck that I've been having in battles lately that I would get critical hit by something. And so I didn't want to stay in and try boosting up anymore. So I just go straight for the fiery dance, hoping that I will get the special attack boost, which I do. But it doesn't matter me taking out the Scizor because he has Excadrill. So if I had gone for one more quiver dance, I have Morning Sun, but of course that damage is cut down. But maybe I may have been able to kill his Excadrill because I would have outsped it. But of course, with only one Quiver Dance boost, he outspeeds me by quite a bit still. Because of course, the Sand Rust doubles his speed, where as far as Quiver Dance only raises my speed by 50%. So of course he outspeeds me. Of course he doesn't miss his Rock Slide. So that's unfortunate. He has a balloon, but I don't really have anything that wants to deal with that. And remember that my Reflect is still up. I believe Escavalier is my last Pokemon. So he goes for the Rock Slide. It doesn't that wouldn't have killed me if I didn't have the Reflect up. And that does a great chunk there going for Choice Bandit Reversal. I could have gone for another move, but at this point I knew I was kind of going to lose because he still had Paladon left, so I just wanted to lower the score, more or less. And I go for another reversal to knock out the Excadrill. So, you don't see that very often, a Escavalier taking out an Excadrill. But then my Reflect wears off, which means that his Paladon is going to be able to come in and easily take me out with an Earthquake. He does stay in, and I believe he just slacks off, which, in my opinion, was a little bit, useless because this is my last Pokemon. And he's going to be able to knock me out because he is faster. I think he was maybe worried about knocking me down with the Earthquake and then me living for some reason and then finishing him off with the reversal from that low HP. Don't think that would have happened. And right there he misclicked. But anyways, that was a good battle. That was a 0-1 loss on my part with the Mono Bug team against a fairly standard Sandstorm team. So I feel pretty good about that. I am going to be entering AA Amazing's tournament in a few days here. And I've been trying to put together a mixed tier team for the first level of the tournament that he has. And that's proving kind of difficult because, of course, I'm limited to the things that I already have trained because I don't really have time to train up something new in the meantime. So please, if you guys haven't subscribed to A Amazing, please go do that. Then you'll be able to keep up with the tournament. And please support me as I go through the tournament. I hope you all enjoy the stuff that I put up. And leave a like if you enjoyed this battle. I hope you all have a great week, and I will talk to you all later.